Hey everybody, just wanted to give everyone a chance to hop on real quick. We're gonna get started in like 30 seconds here. Welcome on. Hi guys. Okay, so welcome to the team call. So we were just trying to make sure that all of us had our ducks in a row because there's 4 of us on the call tonight. So first I want to say welcome to our Thursday, second Thursday of the month, our big team Dynasty United team training. And tonight is super special because we have 3 super successful coaches within our own family here to kind of share just lots of awesome tips with us. So before I introduce them, I just wanted to touch on a few reminders for our team as a whole. First thing I wanted to remind you is during our team call, this is going to last about an hour, just an hour for you guys to plug into the community, plug into the team, learn from people who have gone before you or who have maybe mastered something that you're working on. So it's a time for you guys to kind of soak all this in. Make sure you've got a notepad and ready to take notes because I guarantee there's going to be stuff here that you're going to want to implement and look back over tomorrow and probably for the next couple days so that you can practice all that stuff. Okay, so every time we do a team call, which again is the second Thursday of the month, you guys have this challenge from me, just as a hashtag challenge, for you to take a picture of yourself participating in the team call, being a part of the community live, and just hashtag Dynasty United, and just post it on your personal page. And the reason for that, I'm not asking you to do that to promote Dynasty United. I'm asking you to do that because the more we share the lifestyle and the journey and the community of being a coach, the more curiosity we create in our network. And it allows us, just little things like that, it doesn't have to be anything about a challenge group, but you sharing your commitment to growth and to being an active part of a team really does aid and help and build up your credibility. So post those pictures of you participating in the team call, participating in the training, taking notes, learning, however you want to spin it is completely up to you. Just be sure that you hashtag Dynasty United, and we always pick a random winner tomorrow. So you've got to have it posted. For those of you watching the recording, you got to have it posted by Friday at noon Eastern to be entered in. And again, I can't find you unless you use the Dynasty United hashtag. So make sure that that's in there. So that's super fun. Just a couple announcements, you guys, as we are getting prepped for these awesome speakers. Okay, so you guys probably know this, but July promos are pretty insane. So 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme, and 22-Minute Hardcore. So if you've got people in your life who just super value like a savings or a deal, or you just really love these programs, make sure you're getting the word out. Make sure these are some of your go-to sort of conversation topics, or if you had people previous months that were interested in these and it wasn't quite the right time, make sure that you go back and you follow up with these people and say, hey, I don't know if you knew, but for July, that challenge pack that you were super excited about is actually on sale this month, and I'm just looking to help you get started and also help you kind of save some money. So utilize those promos because these 3 programs are some of the most effective programs we have in our entire sort of plethora of stuff for people to do. So those are the July promos, super exciting. And also, small note on that, if you haven't done these programs, I always recommend, especially my new coaches who are kind of just getting started in their journey, definitely complete whatever program you start with. Make sure you finish your program. But if you're sort of in between programs, when they release the promotions for the month, it's a great time to do that actual program because it gets more word out. You yourself are doing it, so you have that personal experience with the promo. And so it just is another way for you to just personalize your conversation and just a really great way to get the word out. So I see a lot of you guys doing 21-Day Fix Extreme and 21-Day Fix for the infomercial challenge that Carl's doing, so you guys are already on top of that. And then a second reminder here is the incentive. If you guys lock in Success Club this month, you guys are going to get the really fun, I love these things. I have these, the Shakeology containers, the canisters, I think they call them, and some single serving packets of Shakeology. So it's a pretty fun, useful Success Club incentive for anyone that gets Success Club 5 or above. For those of you who may have seen in the Coach family, I posted a couple days ago that our I call it like our mother team. My coach, Lindsay Matway, is the founder, the creator of the Bombshell Dynasty. And so that team is hosting our own Surge. And so I'm just one of the speakers. I'm not the main host, but a few of us, I think there's 10 total, we're going to give you like an hour and a half of great, great, great content. We've met over the last couple of days and planned it all out, and it's going to be just awesome. So if you've ever attended a surge before with Carl, it's the same concept. It's just all about training. Sort of the overall theme here is to choose your hard. Nobody's going to pretend that building this business is an absolute piece of cake. You can do it in your sleep. But at the same time, a lot of times people are choosing hard because they're building this business, which isn't always easy. But the alternative is probably harder, you know, not building your business or not reaching your fitness goals or not creating more, you know, financial freedom for your family can be equally, if not more hard, if that's the right way to say it. So anyways, this is coming up July 20th. It's going to be on YouTube. If you're working or whatever, I'm sure it will be recorded and you'll have access to it, so don't stress about that, but make time for it. Be there live if you can, because just like these events, when you're there live, I think there's just an element that is sort of missed when you just have to watch the recording. So if at all possible, hop on the live event. Okay, I just posted a live video this afternoon about the Team Cup, so if you missed that or if you were at work, maybe circle back around tonight or tomorrow and sort of listen to that. But the Team Cup is coming again, August. So the whole month of August is Team Cup month. Perfect timing, in my opinion, after a product launch and after Summit, and sort of a way to sort of regroup with a small group of people. So this is the FAQ, $13.91. Registration opens in just a few days. So start forming teams, and again, if you have no clue what I'm talking about, that's totally fine. Either go to the FAQ or go to the Coach Family and watch the quick video that I did this afternoon explaining it. Speaking of August, Super Saturday is coming up. I always list the FAQ because if this is brand new and just gibberish to you, just write those down and look them up later in the FAQ, or talk to your coach, of course. Super Saturday is a local event. It's on August 6th. It's especially awesome for those of you who aren't able to go to Summit. You can sort of look at it as a mini summit where you can network with your local coaches. You can learn about the new promos or the new launches that are coming out, and you can also listen to just awesome messages and training from corporate and from other top coaches. So definitely not something you're going to want to miss. So the FAQ should have some information on where you can find your local event, and there's usually a registration involved, and there's usually a small fee. But team up with some of your local coaches and go together, or figure out how to make it happen. But these are great events that you really don't want to miss. Okay, I'm speeding through it so my girls can have the rest of the time, but I just really wanted to honor something that I find so important, and it's what our team call was on last month. It was basically about locking in Success Club and treating the first half of your month as a challenge to yourself to lock in Success Club. And so, like I promised, 14 days into the month, all of these coaches are Success Club qualified, and I just wanted to give you guys just sort of a nod and a congratulations and a public shout out, because I know that's not always easy, and a lot of times when you're locking in Success Club the first half of the month, it's a reflection of your effort the last half of the previous month. So way to go, you guys. Super, super proud of you. There's plenty of time to still lock in, you know, Success Club. Success Club is the building block of our business. So don't let anyone minimize the importance or the huge accomplishment that you've made when you reach Success Club, because it is massive and it does compound. So I just wanted to honor you guys and say congratulations. Many names on here have every excuse in the book to let this month slide, and they don't. And I just think it's just a huge testament to their dedication to their work, and honestly just to their family, in my opinion. So I think this is just awesome. Lots of names on here, so if you see somebody on this list, just give them a little love, give them a shout out. If it's your coach, you know, and they're a leader, give them a shout out too. Leaders need shout outs and love too. Just because they do it every month doesn't mean it's any easier. So give your coach some love if you see their name on that as well. Okay, so I know I talked super fast, but it was because I want to get to these girls. You guys, tonight is all about, they're going to explain a ton, but each of these coaches, they haven't even been coaches for 2 years yet. They were just kind of telling me some more of the details, which I knew that in my head, but then hearing that again, I'm like, gosh, you see these girls' names every single week. You see these girls' names every single month. For me, what comes to mind with them is their consistency, not just with their workouts, but with their posting, with their leadership, and not just leadership, but leading from the front. They're not going to tell their coaches or encourage their coaches to help more people or to accrue more volume or sponsor more coaches. They're doing it themselves, and they're finding creative ways to sort of to do their business in their own way. And so the leadership that these three have is absolutely insane. So you guys saw, the little recognition post that I put up there just to kind of share what these girls are all about in a really fast nutshell. But Nicolette, she's a 2-star diamond. She's a Success Club 10 legend. She's the leader and the founder of her team, Upgraded Alliance. She's currently number 55 in the entire network. Over 400,000 coaches, and she's 55 representing her team, which is just insane. Less than 2 years in the business. You guys, Tessitore, she's a 5-star elite coach. She's a Success Club 10 all-star as well. She's founder of Imperfectly Balanced. She's currently number 96 in the entire network, and it's just awesome. Less than 2. I mean, I think she signed up even later, so it's like September would be her 2-year anniversary. And then Ashley Brockington, you guys know her. You see her. You are learning from her all the time, her creativity that she's brought to just the entire network, in my opinion. She's a 6-star elite coach. She's a Success Club 10 legend. You see a theme here, I hope. She's the leader of her team Thrive, and she's tied with Allie, number 96 in the entire network, which I don't think is a coincidence. All 3 of them are moms. All 3 of them, they were sharing with me, which I love this about them. They're all very different, but they're all success partners. And I don't think it is any coincidence that all of them have been coaches for less than 2 years, and they're all in the top 100 of the network. So obviously what they're doing is working. Obviously the things, the behaviors, the non-negotiables, the strengths and the habits that they've developed over these less than 2 years is making a difference, is making an impact. And so I have my notebook ready to jot down notes and to learn, and I hope you do too. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you guys because I want you to have as much time as possible. But thank you so much for all that you've done to prepare for this. Thanks for saying yes when I asked you to be the guest speaker, because I know so many of us admire you and follow you and gain a lot of inspiration from all 3 of you. So congratulations to you and your teams for all your hard work, and thanks again for all you guys are about to share. I'm going to mute myself and turn it over to y'all.
Hey everyone, so I am Nicolette. I'm going to go ahead and go first. Ooh, I'm like sweaty. This is crazy. So my little story, a little bit about me. So I've always had kind of an unhealthy relationship with health and fitness, poor body image, low self-worth, social anxiety, and that all led to a lot of partying, unhealthy habits, a poor lifestyle. And fortunately, my husband, when I met him at around the age of 26, he was able to pull me out of that and kind of, treat me like a lady and show me that I was valuable, I was worth it, I was lovable. And so even after we got married, I kind of still struggled, although I was trying to do things right. I was still obsessive about how I was eating, how I should be eating, how much time do I need to dedicate to workouts. And then along came our children, Evangeline, who is 2.5, and Lachlan, who is 10 months old. I knew I had to have a mindset change. I needed to change my mindset about health and fitness. I had to stop being so obsessive about it, and I needed to be an example for them. And as many of you can probably relate to, along with motherhood, it can feel kind of lonely, monotonous, and being that I am more introverted naturally, I just kind of was in this shell with my little newborn and didn't know what to do. I was stuck in my new mom body, and I just needed a change. I needed a change, and in walked Beachbody, this opportunity. And while I had said no to it for a while, I was just like, no, I don't want this, I finally signed up and got into the best shape of my life. Beachbody was just the perfect thing for me. It's truly simplified my lifestyle, my eating habits, working out, not to mention coaching. I mean, it pushes comfort zones. Obviously, you guys can relate to this. Your comfort zones are pushed. All the anxieties that I had, that I was like limiting myself with, it would push me and it would test me, and I always came out better on the other side. So now I'm a mom, stay at home with my kids, I'm doing something meaningful, constantly becoming a better version of myself, which is where the name Upgraded Alliance came from. And this business has just done a wealth of good for me, my family, my team. And so if you're new coaches, just stay with it, stay on course. It's an incredible, truly an incredible opportunity. So the things that I'm going to talk about, my 3 non-negotiables that I want to share with you guys are, number 1, consistency with fitness, especially through pregnancy and postpartum and when you're just losing your mind with small children. Number 2, posting with strategy. And number 3, creating a Culture with Success Club on your own team. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so consistency with fitness. Now, when I found out I was pregnant again after Evangeline, I was only 3 months into coaching, and I thought, okay, well, that's it. Like, nobody's going to want the pregnant Beachbody coach. But I documented everything anyway. In my first trimester, I completed P90X3. In my second trimester, I completed Chalene Extreme. In my third trimester, I did whatever modified programs I could find on Beachbody On Demand that I could physically do. And I videoed my workouts every single day, believe it or not. Sometimes I was completely ridiculous. It was like I was barely even moving, but I showed my market that I was consistent. And you better believe my bump pictures were all over the place because I was taking care of myself, and I did, not ashamed to say it, I had a darn fit bump. So I put it out there for everyone to see. I didn't want to work out. I didn't. It's hard when you're pregnant. I was exhausted. I didn't want to eat clean. I wanted to eat all of the greasy, cheesy things in life and cupcakes. But even though the ickiness of pregnancy and all the hormones, I knew that clean eating and working out and drinking my Shakeology would give me more energy and have me feeling the best that I could possibly feel, more so than naps, more so than sitting and binge watching Netflix, more so than, you know, wallowing and feeling, just embracing the grossness that you kind of feel as you go through the certain trimesters of pregnancy. So I pushed past it. Now, I'm not saying you need to push yourself and hurt yourself and injure yourself. Definitely listen to your body. But there's a difference between just giving in to feeling sleepy and cravings and taking good care of yourself and the human life that you're creating. So I gained 40 pounds, believe it or not, and was basically stretched to the max with an almost 10-pound baby who stayed in 10 days extra. And I actually had to stop working out because of severe back pain. So even so, what did I do? I shared a lot. I shared my emotions, my fears. I shared my pain. I continued sharing my journey, ups and downs, and I kept it positive. But people definitely knew that I was a nervous wreck about the life that was unfolding before me. And they related to me because of that. We moved across the country when I was easing into my 9th month of pregnancy, a new city, no family. We were living in temporary housing. I had Lachlan, and we moved into our house when he was a week old, and it was stressful. Did I want to focus on my business and work out and eat clean? Absolutely freaking not. I did not want to, but I did. And you guys, the fact that I focused on these things through the struggle, people kept telling me, like, you're an inspiration. And meanwhile, I'm like, really? Are you serious? Like, me? But they were thinking, oh my gosh, if she's doing it, if she can do this with an 18-month-old, a newborn, while moving across the country, still managing to take care of herself and run a business from home, then shoot, I could probably do it too. So people like reality. After that, people read my birth story. It wasn't pretty. Then they saw me working out again 3 weeks postpartum, and while I would barely even call it working out, it was like walking in place and flailing my arms. They were inspired because if I could do it, they could too. Then once I was officially cleared to work out, I completed 21-day fix, got awesome results. Then I completed hammer and chisel, more results. Then I completed 22-minute hardcore, and I was back in the best shape that I'd ever been in after 2 babies in 2 years. And if that doesn't tell you that these products work, I mean, then you're just thick-headed because nothing will. So, you know, I was proof. I was proof of the product through everything, even when I didn't want to be, even when it was hard. I put my workout videos up every day. People always see what I'm doing, even if it involves Evangeline climbing all over me or Lachlan bouncing around in the background or both. They see me. They see me working out. Now, my market in particular is very fitness-oriented, so this works well for me. But even more so, as I tie business into it, people see me becoming more and more successful, and they know if she could do it as a stay-at-home mom who's 202, who's very openly a disaster half the time, then I could probably do it too. And the times when I struggled the most but stayed consistent and continued to share my journey, that's when my team really started to explode. Okay, so directly after I go through the phase where I'm just like, no, maybe I should just stop, this isn't for me, and I push through, that's when my team really started to thrive. So just real quick, in regards to fitness, I want to tell you guys all of the programs I've completed, start to finish, completed, because this has a lot to do with the business, okay? T25, PIO, 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme, P90X3, Chalene Extreme, Insanity Max 30, 21-Day Fix again, Hammer and Chisel, 22-Minute Hardcore, and 3-Day Refresh thrown in there twice. Back to back, I'm always involved in a fitness program. People always know what I'm doing. They see what I'm doing, and they want to do it too. And I always have a progress picture, a before and after. There's something to be said about consistency and following through with full fitness programs and having results and a testimony to go with it, even if your results include a growing baby bump. So my best advice for pregnancy and postpartum is pick a program and still complete it start to finish, because people are going to ask you what you're doing and you're going to want to have a great suggestion. Stick to the portion fix. Okay, you can have a few more treats throughout the week, but don't give in to your hormones telling you that you need all of the deliciously bad things, because you don't. It's not good for you or anyone else. Share that you're drinking Shakeology while pregnant and nursing, and encourage people to ask their doctor about it. Use hashtags regarding pregnancy. I can't even tell you how many people and even coaches on my team found me through the hashtags, hashtag blank weeks pregnant, like hashtag 13 weeks pregnant, hashtag 22 weeks pregnant. And same with postpartum, hashtag 3 months postpartum, hashtag 10 weeks postpartum. Because people who have bodies that are going through changes like that, they look for other people so they compare themselves. So use your struggles, your concerns, your downfalls to help and empower others like you. Don't hide it. Consider when you're having an issue with something, and try it and use it to empower somebody else. Okay, let me go to my next slide. Thank you, Allie. Okay, posting with strategy. This one's pretty short and sweet. So I don't really have a strategy, to be honest with you. Here's the deal. Facebook is just a massive social event. So think about all of these people in one room. Which group would you go over and talk to? What would you talk about? What would you laugh about? What struggles would you share? What would excite you and amp you up? And talk about those things. Those are the little speech bubbles above your heads when you are talking in this big, giant social event. You need to spend more time executing ideas and simply sharing your personality and who you are than overthinking and writing out a huge long post and saying, oh, I need to change this, and never mind, I'm just not going to post. Execute. It has a lot to do with being honed in on your market, and once you get there, you talk right to them. You talk right to that one person, that group of people in this social event. You talk to them, and that's all you need to do. And through that, you're going to get to know each other. They will trust you, and relationships will build. And when you invite, they're going to say, heck yeah, there's not another person that I would rather do this with. Okay, and then my last topic is having a culture of Success Club, because this business is all based around Success Club, and I think people sometimes get too wrapped up in the actual Success Club number. Obviously, it's great. Have your sights set on it, at least Success Club 5. I say go to 10, higher, whatever. Have your sights set on it. You get presents, you're recognized, you can earn a trip, but there is an emotional side to Success Club. Okay, the whole theme of and focus on my team is striving to be the best version of you. You deserve an upgrade. The people on this team have all felt and known what it's like to sacrifice yourself so much that you're not focusing on you anymore, and then other areas of your life begin to struggle. However, we've seen the light. We realize that taking care of ourselves needs to be at the top of the list so that we can be the best we can be, and it trickles into all other areas of life. This team understands that Success Club points represents helping somebody else find and become a better version of them, helping them upgrade who they are and live an upgraded lifestyle. So here's what I want you to picture. Everyone is walking around carrying this giant boulder, and we as coaches, we go around and we help lift that weight off their shoulders. In one way or another, we help them lift that weight off their shoulders, whether it's health, whether it's fitness, whether it's finances, whether it's needing to be connected to something, whether it's just needing to have a positive community to be a part of. We as coaches help lift a weight on somebody else's shoulders, and that is what Success Club points represent. Us going around and helping other people take that weight off. So a few call to actions for you guys before I get off. Sorry, I'm going quick. We each only have 15 minutes, and we love to talk and share. So call to actions. Number 1, from my first slide, Flex Friday is tomorrow. So talk about the current fitness program you're doing and the areas that you're seeing improved strength and endurance. Share about it. Number 2, this goes with posting. Go live. Just go live. Give a tip via live video and use a hashtag DUGoesLive, and then we can all see each other's videos. Because I can tell you, if there's one way for people to get to know you and connect with you, it's seeing you live on video. So give a tip. It doesn't matter what it is. Go live with it and use the hashtag DUGoesLive. Number 3, in the team page, the Dynasty United team page, share the biggest weight that is lifted from your shoulders because of Beachbody and tag your upline. This is going to give you guys a good idea of what your market would love to hear about and what your market would love to be empowered about. Okay, let me stop screen sharing. Did I do it? Whew. Now I'm really sweaty. Okay, and Allie is next.
Okay, I'm coming. Here I come. Where I am. There I am. Hold on. Let me click my little box. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to share my 3 top non-negotiables. A little bit about me. I'm a little nervous. I get so excited about sharing on calls. But a little bit about me, really quick, in like 1 minute. I'm going to set my timer because I only have 15 minutes to talk. So ding me, Nicolette, or Ashley when my time's getting close. So I'm Tessitore. I am the founder of Imperfectly Balanced. For me, my health and fitness journey started about 4 years ago in June of 2012 when my health completely deteriorated. I had a severe postpartum after my 3rd child, very, very debilitating, and I pretty much had to take my health back into my own hands, and I had to literally rebuild my health from the bottom up, pretty much. So I started to change the way I ate. I started exercising, and during this time, I did all of it alone. I did everything alone. I had my husband and my mom, of course, for support, but I was alone in my struggles, and during that time, I was very embarrassed. I carried a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, because of what I was going through with my health circumstances. The anxiety, I literally couldn't drive my car without having a panic attack. I literally would have to pull over on the side of the road, take a Xanax so that I could physically drive my kids home. And that happened for almost 6 months until I was fully recovered. And during that time, life happened and I was still recovering and going through all of it. But during that experience, I began to love health and fitness, a true, deep love for it. And I knew, really honestly, God was putting a desire in my heart to create a community for women that gave hope and that gave strength. And I didn't know how I was going to begin that, but I knew I needed to start somewhere. So I quit grad school. I was in grad school for a year to be a nurse practitioner. It wasn't for me. God was telling me to take that off my plate and to do something else. I started to get certified to be a holistic health coach because I knew I wanted to do more. A year before I became a coach, I actually started to lead weekly meetups. 3 times a week, I would lead free meetups for women, just close friends of mine that were moms at the park local to me. I would make the workouts, I would make meal plans, and I just did it for fun, and I did it to give back. And really for me, I wanted to create this community. So that love was already there before I became a coach. So during that time, I had been approached to coach for almost a year. I kept saying no because I didn't want to be that salesperson. Raise your hand if you didn't want to be that salesperson. That was me. So I kept saying no. And eventually, I just kept coming into it. It just kept making a 360. And it was like every time I would turn, I was hit with the coach opportunity. So I signed up. Obviously, that's why I'm here. I signed up to be a coach a week before my 30th birthday because I wanted to do something big, and I was like, I signed up on September 30th. I went away to Mexico for 7 days. I came home, and within 2 weeks, I led my first challenge group, no coach training, and I just went all in. So I'm going to tell all of you now, it doesn't matter if you've done a challenge group, it doesn't matter if you've done coach training. This is your business. Take ownership of it. Lead with your why, lead with your heart, and just go all in and do it because I did it. So that's why I'm here today, and hence Imperfectly Balanced is here today, and we are all about community, and that's really what my 3 non-negotiables are centered around, is community and friendship and sisterhood, and it's like an adult sorority for me. It's amazing. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to share with you guys my slides really quick, and let's get going. Okay, so here, let me get it. Share. Here it is. I have a little sore throat, so I have a cough drop in my mouth, so I'll try not to stop too much. Okay, so you guys can see this, correct? Can someone say yes in the box? I just want to make sure you can see it. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Nick. So my 3 non-negotiables: sharing, challenge groups, and community. Community is everything. They all tie together. And for me, this was honestly my, I don't want to call it business plan, but this is how I started from the get-go: sharing, connecting, and community. And this are my 3 non-negotiables. I have done this from day one when I started as a coach. I had no idea that this was a business. I had no idea what Success Club was for the first 3 months. I just went all in, and this is how I led from day one to day now. And this is what you guys can do too. So this is the first slide. Let's move it. Oh, it's not moving. Hold on. Okay, so here it is. Sharing, the first one. Sharing is everything. Share your story every single week. Every single week. I guarantee you that if I went and looked on every coach's page that was not hitting Success Club 5, they probably are not posting, and they are not sharing their story. From the day that I signed up to be a coach, I posted 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 times a day, because that was my lifestyle. It was my lifestyle, and I shared because I was passionate about it. And you know, a couple weeks ago, we did a post audit on my team, and I was amazed to see the people that were hitting Success Club. It was in direct correlation with how much they were sharing their story. It has to be a practice that you do every single day. And if you work, then you can plan your post in advance, how you share your story. There's no excuse. If you work, you share before you go to work. You go share on your lunch break. You take those power hour pockets and you make time to share your story, because sharing your story is how you connect. It's how you get people to join your challenge group. It's how you create the community. So a couple ways that I share every single week, non-negotiable for me, if I'm sick, if my husband's traveling for work, if my kids are sick, if I am not home and I'm on vacation, you better believe that I'm posting. Pretty much, if I don't post by 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock every single day, I have coaches who will text me and say, "Are you okay, Allie? I didn't see your post today." Consistency. People are watching you. When you are sharing your story, you are developing a brand at the same time. You have to make sure that you're consistent, you're clear, and you are in front of them 24/7. So these ways right below are how I share every single day. The first one is transformation. It can be body, mind, or spirit. The blessing about coaching, the blessing about these programs, the community, the family, is it's not just a physical transformation, it's a mental transformation that happens. It's a spiritual transformation. The confidence that I see in the women on my team because of coaching, that's a transformation. And you have to figure out how to take your transformation and share that in your story on social media once a week, twice a week, every day, however you want to do it, so people connect with you, okay? You want people, when they read your post, you want them to see themselves in your story. You want them to get goosebumps, literally. The next way I share is personal development. Ladies, men, if you're a guy on this call, I'm already going into the second vital behavior here. If you are reading 10 pages a day, I'm not a book reader. I'm getting better, but I listen to Audible. I listen to trainings. I listen to podcasts. Put on those headphones while you fold laundry or while you cook. Personal development is everything, because this is where you get to give inspiration and hope. And as a coach, it is your responsibility to give inspiration and hope to people. This is where the other level of connection happens, okay? The third are challenge groups and coach opportunities. For me, I very rarely, I'm not very, I don't want to say fitness oriented, but I'm very much about empowerment and hope, and you are worth more. You have to figure out your why for coaching. And that is how your why, your story, you are going to embed that into your challenge group and your coach opportunities. I post a coach opportunity and a challenge group post once a week with a call to action. In my team, we do Transformation Thursdays, we do Throwback Thursdays, we do coach opportunities once a week. 3 posts a week have a call to action to join something, okay? If you're not presenting the opportunity, people have no idea what you're doing. Last, recognition, another vital behavior. Okay, recognition is everything, because, again, you are here to connect with people. You're here to uplift and inspire them, not just your challengers, your coaches, and not just them, but other people that aren't even in your group. So there's been times where I have I have one lady who doesn't have the money to sign up for a challenge pack, and she's working on it, but she has incredible transformations because she's doing her own thing. I've shouted her out on my Facebook page because I believe in her, not because I want something in return. Same with recognition for challengers. Shout them out on your page. Intermingle your stories with your challengers and how you've helped them and how you've inspired each other to become better women. It all goes back to sharing your story every single week, every single day. I like to call it, an analogy that I use with my coaches is that your Facebook, your Instagram, your social media is TV. You are the commercial. Every single post you make is a commercial. The more commercials there are about changing your health, changing your life, having more hope, having more freedom, someone's eventually going to say yes. They're going to reach out to you. And the crazy thing is I learned, is that only 10% of your Facebook friends see your posts. If you're posting once a day, that probably explains why you're not hitting Success Club or why you're not growing your team. The more you post, the more people you connect with. The more people you connect with, the more people will join your challenge group and more people will join your team, okay? All goes to the connect. And here's just some pictures of me. I have a 22-minute, this is my personality, flexing my muscles. I have a picture here of me and my son. This had nothing to do with a physical transformation. This was a mental transformation. It was about wearing an unseen scarlet letter, getting pregnant before married, and how I carried that. I had over 400 likes on that post. It's not about getting something in return when I make this post. It's about planting a seed of hope and inspiration so that when they say, I need help, I'm going to go to Allie. The other post is a physical transformation, and the other post is the secret battle that moms fight alone, and that was me sharing about my anxiety. I love this, okay? The better you are at storytelling, the more successful you are going to be. I've seen it across the board. Some of the top coaches are the best storytellers. They know how to tell a story. They know how to take bits and pieces of their life, and they know how to peel the layers of the onion and connect with their readers. They have identifiable factors in all of their stories and all of their posts, and that is why they're successful. It's not the same post every single day. It's not the same story. They find little trinkets of information that tell the story, chapter to chapter to chapter. And this is what gives you success. So if you're struggling with connecting with people, reevaluate how you're posting. Ask your upline coach to say, hey, will you do a post audit? Will you look at my sharing? Am I doing well here? Are my pictures? Is my content? Is my message? Is it relatable? Am I connecting with people? Because that's everything as a coach. Dwight L. Moody, love, love, love this quote. We are told to let our light shine, and if it does, we won't need to tell anybody it does. Lighthouses don't fire cannons to call attention to their shining. They just shine. Ladies, men, coaches, you guys are a lighthouse. your post that you make every single day, I'm going to start crying. I always get teary-eyed when I think about this. You guys are Lighthouse. You guys have an opportunity to shine so bright without ever having to chase someone. If you stay true and genuine to who you are, you share your story, you lead from the front, you keep them first, you will not have to fire cannons, and you won't have to call attention to who you are and what you're doing. People will want to be in who and what you're doing because of how you are sharing yourself and how you are shining. So stay true to that. Just be a lighthouse. Just shine. Okay, so next. I could talk about that forever. My next non-negotiable, switching over because I got to be quick. The next is challenge groups. Challenge groups. Oh, this is one quick slide. Challenge groups, ladies, men, coaches. This is the heart of it all. I love my challenge groups. They are the heart of coaching. Honestly, I feel like they're the heart of coaching because this is where everything is formulated. Oh my gosh, I have 3 minutes. I got to move it. Okay. So this is where you take those connections that you made through sharing and you turn it into a challenge group. This challenge group is your baby. This is your family. This is your sisterhood. These are your ladies who you live life together. It isn't just about signing them up to get a challenge pack. That's when it just begins, you guys. You want to get them in this challenge group. You want them to connect with every single person in this group. You want them to have incredible transformations. But most of all, you want them to literally be transformed from the inside out, that they have so much joy and so much excitement that they want to shout it from the rooftop what they're doing, and they become coaches, okay? It's like a multiple step process here. And the challenge groups start with you, okay? You lead the challenge group, not anyone else. This is yours, okay? So I'm just going to tell you exactly what I do in my challenge group because I get a lot of questions about that, and this is what I do to create, honestly, awesome challenge groups. And I can say that because I love them to pieces. They're the best. So what I do what do I provide as a coach? This is what I provide in every single challenge group. First thing is a challenge group Q&A Zoom. During the prep week, I have a challenge group Q&A Zoom the week before the challenge starts, and this is the first time all of the ladies get to meet one another, and this is where connections are made. They feel more emotionally connected. I have them share why they're joining the challenge group, and it creates a bond, and we just go over the challenge group, my expectations. I also plant a seed about coaching on this call. Next is the example. As a coach, I am the example. I am a challenger in the challenge group. Listen, if you have low activity in your challenge group, it might be because you're not posting your workouts. It might be because you're not drinking your Shakeology. If you want them to do something, you have to do it as well. Be the example in your challenge group. Next is I have meal plans and recipes I provide for all my challengers in the group. I have a daily pin post every day that has valuable information for them, whether how to read labels, how to help their sore muscles, a daily pin post with information that is valuable. I don't just throw it together. I have a weekly video every Monday. I have a video on my challenge group with Giving Motivation. I have a weekly contest. This month in my challenge group, I have a hashtag IBFitFam challenge, and I have 3 workouts that you do with your family, and there's a contest for that. I have weekly shout-outs. I do hashtag IBChick shout-outs for ladies every Saturday. Every Sunday, I have a Stat Sunday, which is they send me all of their pictures, measurements, weights every Sunday. If I do not receive it, ladies, I shout them out on Tuesdays. Accountability at its finest. Next is I always provide the opportunity to become a coach. I post about it week 2, and then I post my coaching call week 3. I always, always, always give them an opportunity. Last, extra, this is extra something I do, is I do a monthly meetup for not just my challengers, but for the community. Challenge groups, moving on. Hurrying up. Community. My last non-negotiable. Community is my heart. It's everything. I became a coach because I wanted community. I became a coach because I wanted to create something that I didn't have when I was in my own health and fitness journey. You have to create that culture. Dynasty United has an amazing community, you guys. You have to create that. Brittany created that. And that's what I'm creating on the Imperfectly Balanced team. And that's what my coaches are creating as well. You have to create the culture. So these are some things that I do to create a culture within my team, within my community. The first thing that I do is a free local meetups. You don't have to do this, okay? But I will never forget, and I was doing this before, but at the New Leadership Conference, Carl Deichler said, there's nothing more profound than a human touch. And ladies, we are so blessed to have the opportunity to coach virtually, but it takes it to the next level when you meet someone face to face. And when you see them, when you hug them, it changes something, the dynamic. So I know it's a sacrifice, but maybe once every 3 months, once every 6 months, offer something to your local people because it just sets you apart. I have been doing a free meetup literally since my first challenge group. I have never missed 1 month. I have been consistent. I have showed up when it's raining. I have showed up when one person is there. I have been consistent, and people know that is my heart. So free local meetups. I've done workouts. I've done, I put grocery store. Oopsie. I've done grocery store meetups at Whole Foods, and I've gone over meal plans, recipes. I've walked through the store with them. We have coaches on our team. Stacy, she's done lifestyle parties. We've had people do coffee time. We've had stroller meetups. We probably have 5 to 6 to 7 of our coaches on our local team that live here in Florida that do meetups. I've created that culture. Next is free challenge groups. I do 7-day slim down, 5-day slim downs. My team does that. You guys can do that. Listen, if there's an extra week in the month, hence July, you guys should all be running a free group, okay? Give back. This is the philanthropic aspect of coaching. Give back. Next is local coach meetups. Listen, if you have 2 coaches that are in your community, meet them for coffee. You know, I know as your team grows, you might not be able to meet with all of them, but we meet once a month for dinner, and we just have fun together. We've done pedicures together, and it's all my personally sponsored coaches, and we just live life together. And I'm telling you, when you go for goals, when you want to go for premier, when you want to go for elite, when you have relationships with these people, especially your coaches, they band with you, and they make it happen because it's not just about a business. It's about living life together. So these were just some pictures of some of the community stuff that we've done. So these are all pictures of our meetups, 7-day slim downs. We've done 5K runs together. Stacy has her lifestyle party. We have a coach meetup that I've done where we've all done like selfie light stations. We have a coach, Gail. She literally runs 3 free meetups a week. She's a teacher. She does meetups in her classroom. We have Olivia who does like 3 boot camps a week. This is the culture that we've created. And my last slide, this is my call to action. It's quite simple because honestly, take all my 3 non-negotiables and that should be your call to action. But this says it all, is give to give, not to receive. You guys, I didn't join coaching to get something in return. I didn't join it, you know, for the business. I didn't join it to get a paycheck. And even though my whys have evolved, this is my why. I give to give, not to receive. When you share every single day, when you run challenge groups, when you have a community, you give to give, not to receive. So every time you make a post, every time you run a challenge group, give because that's what you're called to do as a coach. You're here to help. You're here to give hope. You're here to inspire. You know, yes, we're blessed to have financial freedom. Yes, we're blessed to do this all out. But you guys, you have an opportunity to change lives. And all you have to do is to give, and people see that. People see when you're leading from your heart versus leading for a sale. So take this as your call to action. Apply the give to the sharing, to the challenge groups, to your community, and you will be successful. I promise you, because I am proof of that. And that is it. Oh, sorry, that was so hard to be quick. So that's it. I'm going to switch over to Ashley. Let me close this out. Okay, there I am. So that is it. I'm going to switch over to Ashley. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Allie. An amazing job, Nicolette. I am Ashley Brockington, and I'm going to try to be super quick, okay? Basically, me, I have 5 kids. I don't know, that seems like the most weird thing about me, but I do, and my background is I knew from the time I was in college that I wanted to be a mom, but that I also enjoyed working and being creative, and so I knew from like before I even ever entered the job market that I was going to be an entrepreneur and I was going to do something to make it work at home. And so I started a videography company. I majored in media communications, and after I saw a video, I saw more money in photography, so I switched to photography. And my husband and I were photographers for about 12 years. Okay, so I'm sure you all know a million people that are photographers. Well, that's how it kind of got to be about 7 years ago. So long story short, we decided 2 years ago to move our family from Florida to South Carolina, start over. We had to leave our business behind, shut everything down, start from new. I was so burnt out by business, like hurt by it. I mean, I had somebody that we were selling our business to quit. We had like all of our employees go except for this one person, and they were going to take over our business. And she texted me one night at midnight and said, I was in a car accident. I have a substance abuse problem. I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm not going to be able to take over your business. And I had let everybody go. So in 2 days, we shut down our entire business, our entire studio. I had so many it was just hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. And I'm sure you all are learning that. It's super, super hard. So I swore it off. Like, no. I am never doing this again. We moved to South Carolina, and I found myself in this tiny little apartment when we, just moved with 5 kids. My 2 youngest sons are 7 months apart. We're starting potty training with them tomorrow. They're 2.5 and 3 now. But I was like, I need to get back into shape. Like, I had just stayed up till 2 and 3 a.m. for the past 12 years, balancing a full family life. We also, we did a bunch of businesses, so we had a very, very full plate. But this was like, okay, my health comes now. So our old babysitter, Shay, who's my coach now, I had seen her posting about her body transformation for months and months and months. So I know that Nicolette, I know that Allie, I know that their coach Miranda, it took her months and months and months to get them on her team. And with Shay, I was like coming and poking at her, but it was months and months and months to make a decision. So always follow up, never, count somebody off. But yeah, I just decided to get in shape, and then I thought, whoa, I like accountability. I like a challenge. What if I could earn $75 a month and hire a house cleaner once a month? And so that was my motivation for becoming a coach. It's like, I'll get a discount. And I told Shay, I'm like, I'm not going to do Shakeology. She's like, well, you kind of have to. I'm like, okay, I'll do it 1 month. But I just want to make $75 a month, and that's going to be my motivation to get so fit and have so much fun that people want to join me, and I'll make $75, and then I'll get a clean house. Like, where's the risk? This is amazing. Well, I say I peeked behind the curtain, the business curtain, and I was like, Sam, that's my husband. Sam. This is good. Like, this is where it is at. This business, ladies and gentlemen, is the very best of entrepreneurship without the very worst of entrepreneurship. In our photography business, in order for me to be able to be more mom and not work 17 hours a day, I had to have a staff. Now, in order to have a staff and to have a studio so we could bring more people in, we had to make $4,000 every month before we made $1. So we had to make $4,001 off of our business every month to make $1. And so
try like 8,000.
Sam says it's 8,000. So on months where they were slower, we had to keep our employees paid. We had to keep the internet off. We had to pay the studio bill. So we didn't get paid for like 2 months during the slow season out of the year, 2 or 3 months. And so, you can see why I was kind of burnt out and fed up. So I see this and I'm like, I'm drinking my cost of sale. It's my breakfast, and it made me lose weight, and I have a lot of energy. So yeah, this is great. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today is quickly, I want to talk to you about treating your business like a business. And I'm passionate about this as a business opportunity, not because I'm all about numbers and I'm not about relationship. It's because I felt so lonely and misunderstood and isolated for those 12 years, because I didn't ever take the conventional path, because I chose to have 5 kids and adopt 2 within 7 months and figure it all out, and not go to mommy and me groups and playtime music groups. And laundry wasn't my work. Work at home was my work. So I felt like I wasn't understood by corporate working, and I wasn't understood by stay-at-home moms. And so that's why that is what drives me, and that is what drives me in this business, because it is so good for those people that want that in between and want that, family life to prioritize that. And I'm very passionate about it because now I can share that without it being competitive, I can share that with my whole team and mentor them. And so that's why I love the business. I love it because of the relationships that it brings about. It's like a puzzle and a game to me. And I want to share kind of some of the things that, just three things about the business. Okay, let me see if I can do this. All right, first of all, just a preface, I want to show you, this is one of my first posts as a coach, okay? Now, I was a professional photographer, but I wasn't a professional selfie taker or a pic frame maker. I don't know. This is it. This is what it was. This is where I was 2 years ago. This was my post. So, I just want to kind of point that out. I want to show you something else. This was me right when we started the call, when I hopped on. I accidentally took a video of myself. Okay, that's embarrassing. But that was me, right before we started the call. And my point there is, if I can get to screen share, you have full permission to be all you want to be from day one, from the beginning. So from the beginning, when I started to catch on to like what everybody was doing, like with the business and people that were making it big, I was terrified. You saw that was one of my first posts in the first couple months. I didn't know what to do. I was so afraid of people judging me, and people did, But I realized, I have examples on here, that your goal, if you want to be successful at anything, especially in business, isn't to not be annoying. That's not our goal. And yet a lot of you make it your goal. That's my goal. I just don't want to be annoying. Your goal should be to not be obscure and unknown, because I can guarantee you 0 success or very little. Like maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll get lucky if you are obscure and unknown. In other words, if people don't know that you're a coach and what you do. So if you're more worried about being annoying than you are about how many people know you and know what you have to offer and where they can find it and what you give, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. And I just have these people as examples. Pioneer woman. Her dad was a doctor. She lived on a country club. She married a rancher. Well, somewhere between that and I'm the pioneer woman, I've got a Food Network show and a bunch of books, Rue Drummond decided, I'm turning the switch on. I'm becoming that person. I'm becoming successful. She decided that. Food Babe, she was a journalist major. She worked for the same tech company that my brother-in-law works for. She got real interested in health and nutrition and reading labels, and she started a blog. Now, at some point, she decided, I am the Food Babe. I am the authority on reading food labels and clean foods and fighting for, cleaner foods in restaurants and labels and that labeling and that kind of thing. Do you know what her friends and family probably said? Oh yeah, she's got this little blog she does about health. Oh yeah, that's probably what they said. She probably was plugging away at it, hoping somebody would read it. At some point, Food Babe decided to be the Food Babe. I've also got an example of Giada, but I've got to go faster. And then at the bottom, this is Sam and Ashley Brockington, losing it with Sam and Ash. And we are going to become the go-to, #1, first in mind, fitness, real life fitness couple that shows America how to be healthy and stay fit while juggling a busy life. So that is our vision for ourselves in the next couple years. And so we have to decide to focus on that and to be that. And sometimes that takes having your 10-year-old daughter click the shutter after you spent 4 hours getting ready and turn the light on behind you and clean the kitchen. All right. So the next thing about treating your business like a business is, let me make sure. I know we're supposed to end at 10, so I just want to make sure that's okay. Okay, is invest in yourself. Okay, now my father was an investment banker. And so over the years with risks that we wanted to take in investing in business, and let me just say, to start any business, if you want to start a photography business, we probably spent $100,000 on our photography business over 12 years. And that's, I'm just saying like little moving parts and pieces. I'm not talking about the cost of sale that I told you about and to stay operating. We have a photo booth business. Just to get it started with our 2 booths, probably about $20,000. We invested $20,000 in another business that they went bankrupt and screwed us over, and now I own $10,000 to my family. I have co-created an app, and that cost $10,000. Like I take lots of financial risks, okay? And so whenever I went to my father, and I would say like, oh, should I do this? Like, I remember one time when we were first photographers, there was this conference that we're gonna have to fly to Illinois to, and it was gonna be $6,000 after we paid for the conference, the hotel, the flights, and everything. I'm like, should we do this? And he said, well, let's look at it. If it sits in the bank in savings, you're gonna make about $2 a year on it, maybe. You know, if you put it in a CD, like some type of financial fund, you're gonna have to have it in there long term, and you may make, you know, maybe a really good return would be like 6% return on it. He said, if you invest in this, do you think it will give you better than a 6% return? 10% would be fantastic, like you hit the jackpot on investment. Do you think that this would give you more of a 6% return? So as a Beachbody coach, think about when you invest in things, do you think that this is going to raise your income in the next year because of this, whatever it is, by more than, let's say, 6%, okay? That's like you found a great investment. How can you invest in yourself? Take ownership of your training and development. It's nobody's responsibility. It's not your coach's responsibility. Go buy an online course. Watch every free YouTube and free webinar you can find, but I can tell you, they're not giving away the gold nuggets in there. It's in the paid program. I've already spent thousands of dollars on different programs, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. Like, you have to do that, but I'm being real that that's what I do. You want to know what my secret is, what I do? I invest in myself. And I don't know what a webinar is. How do I do a webinar? Well, how about I invest in webinars that convert with AB Porterfield, and for the next year, I'm going to be paying $99. You know what? I have put things all throughout my business careers on a credit card when I didn't have it. Well, there's $2,000, but guess what? If it's going to make me more than 6%, then I'm going to be able to pay that off in a year. You know, you've got to look at that. You can't go to conferences. What if you want to become a blogger? Are there blogging conferences? Can you take a blogging course? And then the easiest way that we can become a PhD in whatever we want to is just to read books. It's just to listen to audiobooks. So get yourself into a subscription to Audible for $14.95 a month and read some audiobooks. No money? I don't want to hear about it. Sell some challenge packs. Put it on a card. Have a garage sale. You're not 10 years old. Figure it out. My 10-year-old daughter has a million business ideas. She could give you one. Read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I know I'm being like too mean, but I'm not mean. I'm saying this because this opportunity is, I have nothing to gain for most of you that are listening to this, okay? I'm just telling you as like a business advisor that this opportunity, you are hurting yourself if you don't take this seriously. There is nothing like it. It's jackpot. And then lastly is basically it has to go kind of with investing yourself. Outsource. If you're like frantic, busy, I don't know how to do this, this can't happen. First thing I want to say is it's not outsourcing, but get up early. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I do. I have 5 kids and I homeschool them, and we're potty training tomorrow. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. So that's how I find extra hours. How can you outsource? You can find apps that make your life easier and cut down on time. I would say Wufoo, you are saving yourself about 4 emails a person if you just pay. Well, Wufoo's free for 2 forms, but if you need more, if you pay for the upgrades, like $10 a month. Teamsy, honey boo boo, you need to get Teamsy. It's even my people on my team that hate spending money, they got Teamsy, and then like 3 days later, they were selling challenge packs. Streak is free. You don't even have to pay for it, but that's something that's going to keep you organized. You don't know how to do it? Google it. That's what I do. Google it. YouTube it. Zoom, your meetings are getting cut off at 45 minutes. It's hurting your relationships. You don't feel professional? Upgrade to Zoom. So that's the little ones. You can also outsource things at home like cleaning, childcare, laundry, food prep. Get creative. Go to care.com. Figure it out. That's all I'm saying. And listen, I don't have someone doing my laundry, childcare, food prep, but I'm working on it. Our house cleaner, we did have one. That was my first goal. She actually quit because my kids wouldn't pick up their stuff again. So that was embarrassing. Okay, I got to go real quick. I asked in like the first month of my business, second month of my business, I asked one of my friends if she would be my assistant for 5 hours a week. And then we went to 10 hours a week at $10 an hour. That's like month 2 in my business because I realized that I didn't want this to stress me out as much, and I realized that was a way to invest and go faster and bigger. I knew that I had heard like Lindsay Matway or Brittany and them like making it big quickly, but they were able to work like 17-hour days when they first started. There is no way I could do that, and I knew that, but that outsourcing was a way that I could multiply some of my time. And then outsourcing to the Philippines. You can pay Filipinos that are like, some of them are doctors, like super, super smart, speak very good English for $4 to $6 an hour. This is my next step. Have them do graphics, video editing. My next step is to have my assistant start taking on maybe more like first email responders and that kind of thing, and then have someone that I can hire for like around $4 from the Philippines from onlinejobs.ph. That's what Shalene Johnson recommends, and I've hired somebody from there before to help with video editing. I have somebody that is doing video editing, so if I want to do like a sneak peek, I take the videos, he edits them for $6 an hour. So anyway, that's it. And I don't know, I know this was kind of like out like wild, wild west style, I feel like, trying to rush against the clock. So Brittany, I don't know if we just say we're done or if we say we take, okay, a few questions. So if you all have any questions for any of us, if you want to type the name in, so Allie, Nicolette went first, Nicolette, Allie, or Ashley, and then ask whatever question, and then we will try to field those questions. Sorry, like that was a really unprofessional ending. Just trying to get it done. I'm going to unscreen share.
Hey, I was going to say something too. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to say really quick too to all of you that are listening. Laura Mendenhall, she's kind of like in our little group too. It's like kind of us four. We've kind of band together. But we weren't going to talk about this, and I just want to mention it really quick. You guys, get a success partner. And we were going to talk about this, but we didn't. But I just wanted to throw it out there because I was listening to them. And, you know, Nicolette and I have been with each other since the beginning. And Ashley and I gravitated towards one another, and then Laura. And then we kind of had this, like, partnership. So there's 4 of us, and we call each other the Balanced Babes. It's kind of a joke. And the joke is really because, you guys, I know that what we're doing, like, it might all look perfect and, you know, we have it all together, but we don't have it all together. And I'm telling you guys that because I'm very all about being flaws and all and being open. You know, we all have kids. Ashley 5, I have 3. You know, Nicolette has 2. Laura, she's a part of it too. She has 2 kids. You guys, it's not easy. It is not easy. There have been days where we have all wanted to throw the towel in. There has days where we have all wanted to quit. Believe me, because we all talk to one another about it. We have wanted to quit. We have wanted to throw the towel in, but we're not quitters, and it's not an option for us. If we're at Success Club 0 on the 30th, you bet our booties we will end the 30th with Success Club 5. We grow because we love this. And no matter how hard life gets, whether our husband travels every day for work, whether we have no sleep because our kids are up in the middle of the night and we're breastfeeding them, we give it 120% even when we don't want to. So I just want to tell you guys, you don't have to be perfect to do this. You don't have it all together. Just lead with your heart. Do the vital behaviors. Take what we've given you guys and apply it, because I promise you, you will have success. And make these 9 things non-negotiable in your business, because you will begin to hit Success Club 5 or 10 or 20 every single month. I promise you. I have never hit less than Success Club 26 ever, and it's because it's not an option for me. It's not an option. And the other girls can say the same exact thing. So give it your all, flip the switch, and make it a business. Treat it like a business, but lead with your why, because that is what will explode your business, is if you stay at the core of why you became a coach. So sorry, I just had to tell you guys that, because I know sometimes it looks like maybe we all have it together, but we don't. So we all have life circumstances, believe me, but it's how you choose to make it, honestly. So sorry, you go ahead.
I think there's a question for you, Allie, up there. What kind of workouts do you do when you host your local meetups?
Okay, so for my local meetups, I do like a variety of them. I just do basics. So like last time I took some workouts from 22 minutes, because I'm obsessed with 22 minutes right now. So I will do, I'll just create like a workout, like I'll have stations, like I'll do cones. Usually I'll do like a cone setup, and everyone starts at the same time. So I'll have like push-ups, sit-ups, jump squats, the basic stuff that you do like in the video. So I take workouts from the videos and apply them. We'll do runs together. So we usually start off running, and then we come back and we do like a circuit of workouts, and then we have like little contests, and usually we stay for like 2 hours afterwards talking, because we're a lot of talkers. But I just make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Seriously, you guys get together and jump rope. You're just getting together. It's the point of just creating that community. A lot of times too, local gyms will have you in their gym for free for no charge. So I've done a meetup at Orange Theory before. This Saturday we're doing a meetup at a local CrossFit. We're doing another one at a boot camp. So it's not about like you leading the workout. It's about getting the women together and providing them something. So it's just something fun to do different. Like I said, I've done Whole Foods before. We've done stroller walks. It's not about the workout, really. You could do anything, and they would love it because you're together. So. Any other questions? It's quiet.
I think I scared everybody. So can you guys just give a thumbs up that I'm not scary, or like my team come? I'm like really like the nicest, shyest person. The camera just makes me get wild. Can I look like ID?
I don't think there's any more questions. That's it. Are we good?
I think everyone is good to go.
All right. Ashley, I don't know if you'll know this right off the top of your head, but Callie was asking, what percentage do you reinvest for business expenses?
Oh, you probably don't want to hear this. I invest 37% back. So I have a bank account that, I'm extreme. Like, I'm a big risk taker. But I'm also in it for the long term. Like, I don't quit things. So and that's also something my dad taught me. He invests in stocks and bonds, and you don't day trade. You put your money in, and you play it out long term. So we have a separate account. All of our Beachbody money goes in that account, and then every Thursday I pay myself. I transfer 67% of my Beachbody paycheck into my personal account, and then the rest sits there. And whether it's going to be go to Summit or pay for my apps or pay, for my assistant that she works about 17 hours a week now. I know that's a lot. A lot of people do nothing to 10%, but I need faster. I got 5 kids. It's expensive. I want it to grow, so that's what I do.
Jessica asked Allie what time. She said, Ashley mentioned getting up at 4:30. Allie, what is your typical starting time? Do you guys work more power hours or in pockets?
Well, if I can be honest, my life since the kids are home for the summer has been flipped upside down. And my husband got a new job for work recently, so he's been gone every week. So my normal routine has been kind of shaken up a little bit. So during the summer, I really have been working a lot of little power hour pocket times because I have to work when I can. During the school year, this past year, 2 of my kids were in school and I had 1 home with me still. So during my normal, I would say the majority of my coaching time, I would wake up 3 mornings a week early, like 5 a.m. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, wake up at 5 a.m. Sometimes just 2 mornings a week early, 5 a.m. And then I work every afternoon when my little one would nap. So every afternoon I would be ready to sit down at the computer at 12:30 until 3 o'clock every single day. And then every single Tuesday, Thursday night, I work from 6 p.m. until sometimes, ladies, 2 or 3 a.m. I work. I mean, I do. I work a lot when my kids are in bed because I want it, and I have some OCD issues with my inbox. I like it empty every night. But right now during the summer, with kids being home, I'm counting down till school year. It's pretty much I work really late at night. I don't wake up early in the morning. I work late at night once the kids are in bed. I get the house clean. When my husband's not home, it's easy for me to work late at night. That's my prime hours. And the kids are with me all day long. So I find moments, put them on for the TV for a movie, sit on my phone, do my work, and I check out. I make it a priority. But it's kind of all over the place right now during the summer, honestly. But I usually have a good routine during the school year.
Okay, you guys, I think we can close it out. You guys, thanks so much for taking the time to ask those questions and to answer those questions. Nicolette had some awesome call to actions, and I know some of you guys wanted to see some more of the slides, so we'll make sure we get those up, probably tomorrow since it's a little bit late. So we'll get those up in the Coach family. And then don't forget about your call to action. Don't forget about your hashtag challenge for just being on the team call. You guys, if this was valuable to you, if you are just leaving here uplifted, if you took some solid advice, just share that in the Coach family. It's very rewarding when somebody takes the time to prepare for a call like this to know that it did something, that it reached somebody, that it resonated with somebody. So if that was you, if you could take the time just to kind of share, just post in the Coach family and tag them and tell them what it meant to you, or share your best takeaway or something that really sort of resonated with you. I can tell you that goes a long way when coaches take the time to prepare and to share, to be an open book. Even if they worry that it might sound a little bit crazy to some people, or it might seem too much or too little. So yeah, so that's sort of where we're at. So you guys, I can't tell you thank you enough. I can't tell you how proud I am as your upline coach, and just how much you add to the team as a whole. It's just, it's just, you can't really put it into words because your effect trickles on and on and on. And so I think you've done an awesome job with my Hitler ways of saying, let's stay on time. You've delivered awesome content and you stayed on time, and I just got to say thank you again. So team, we will post some more slides probably tomorrow. We'll remind you of our call to actions, but be your own business owner. Treat your business like a business, and take 5 seconds right now and post in the Coach family and tell somebody thank you, or just share what you're going to implement or what you're going to learn, because I know that will pay them back tenfold for their time here. So thanks again for joining us, you guys, and we will see you later. Bye.